Thank you. I'm very nervous. This is the first time I've ever been in person with you on my first cruise. I'm a single mom and I have a 6-year-old daughter. And recently I took a detour and found a home that I thought we should look at. And we went into the home and it was perfect for us. And everything was going perfectly with the financing. And in this market, I just felt I'm so appreciative that as a single mom, I'm able to purchase such a nice home. And then as I'm going through everything in the inspections, so much stuff is uncovered that they didn't disclose. And I kept getting these red flags, and I thought, I'm going to keep moving forward. And then I'd get another red flag, and then I'd think I'm going to, resolve that. When we come back from the cruise, I'm going to be closing on this home. And I was listening to you with Oprah on XM Radio, some of the replays on YouTube, and I was listening to some of the struggles that Oprah has been through as far as trying to grow. She would have her conflicts, and she would grow out of that, and she would come. She's come through so much and has achieved so much, and I thought, are these red flags a sign to tell me that perhaps this isn't the right place for my daughter and me to grow into for the next 10 years or however long? Or is it just a point of where I'm expanding?
Well, here's the thing about red flags. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but this is the perfect opportunity to really get clear about this. So you feel some alarm or some concern. Well, what that ultimately means is, whenever you feel that way, it always means that what you're looking at and what the source within you is seeing are different things. In other words, your perspective and your inner being's perspective are different. But it also means that it's your point of attraction. In other words, when you feel a red flag, that means that's what's attracting to you. And it also means that what's coming to you isn't what you really are looking for. So what you want to resolve is you want the red flag to stop flagging. You want to bring, because your inner being knows everything that you're looking for, and your inner being knows who you are. So if you can bring yourself into alignment with your inner being and do it consistently enough that the red flag stops waving, then you're proceeding from inside the vortex, and now your point of attraction is such that even if there are some things that need to be tended to, you'll be able to attract the people who have the information, who will deal with it in an efficient and effective way. Often, your first knee-jerk response about something is the right one. In other words, when you saw it and loved it, and you've offered the word several times, it just seemed like just the perfect place for us to live in and to grow in and to expand in. Usually, your first impression is the impression that you can trust, because you're not overthinking it yet. But then when you get involved in an inspection process, and the inspector is really, Jerry and Esther have a few places that they own, that they occasionally visit, but they don't spend very much time in any of them. And all of them are very lovely, beautiful spaces. And there is a new program on Home and Garden television that Esther watches Home and Garden almost only when she turns on the television these days. And it's an inspector, Holmes Inspections. And he is a very detailed man who goes into these homes and finds just unbelievable things hidden that he then deals with by tearing out the walls and rewiring and replumbing and reconstructing. And as Esther watched the show, she said to Jerry, I have to stop watching this show because it makes me suspect of what's in my walls. Even though everything about their homes is perfect. It is certainly manageable, and anything that needs to be tended to can. Focusing on that inspection show that is inspecting houses that are not even anywhere near Esther is and have nothing to do with her is activating suspicion. She's actually knocking on her own walls, testing for insulation. She did discover that the dryer vent was not hooked up properly as a result of watching the show. And Jerry said, please don't start looking through the house. Don't start looking for trouble. And that's sort of what the inspection does. It gets you focused upon the things that are wrong, gets you activated in that place, and that discomfort that you feel is because you're not a vibrational match to what you want. Now, the question that you're asking is, because you get it, that negative emotion always means that you're not a vibrational match to what you want. But the question that you're asking is, but does it mean that this house is not a vibrational match to what I want? Am I making the wrong choice? And we say, don't let your awareness of your guidance stretch that far into your experience. If you will let your emotion be simply, I'm not a vibrational match to my inner being. That's why I feel this way. Never mind what inspired it. I'm not a vibrational match to what I want. Never mind what inspired it. I'm not a vibrational match to my inner being. Never mind what inspired it. Whether it's a flaw in the person I just married, or whether it's a flaw in the house I'm thinking about or just purchased. Never mind what I am not a vibrational match to what I want. Period. I'm not a vibrational match to what I want. So you have one thing to do and one thing to do only. Become a vibrational match. Now, we know this stretches you a little bit because it feels like, well, maybe she should just walk away from this house. And we say, but the red flag isn't telling you that there's something wrong with the house, even though there may be. The red flag is telling you that there's something out of whack with your vibration. And we're telling you, get in sync with your vibration and there are no problems. Get in sync with your vibration and there are no problems. So during the time that we are together on this voyage, you're going to come into the vortex and into the vortex and into the vortex and into the vortex and into the vortex. And it is our promise to you that when you return and you focus again upon the purchasing of that house, if the red flag is still there, then you'll know that with all of this vortex work that maybe you want to just cool your jets and slow down a little bit and look someplace else, because we promise you there are endless properties that will please you. It is a stronger likelihood that you'll come into resolution and you'll feel that you did make the right decision and that you can move forward and that you can tend to whatever needs to be tended to as you go along. Is that helpful? So what is a red flag? A red flag means I'm not in sync with my inner being. Does it mean the house is wrong? Maybe, but it means I'm not in sync with my inner being. Should I find another house? That's not the subject at hand. You've got to get in sync with your inner being. But what about the house? Get in sync with your inner being. But what about the house? Never mind anything. Leave everything out of the equation. You just get in sync. Well, can I think about the house? Can you get in sync while you're thinking about the house? Probably not. Change the subject. Find whatever you can to get in sync, get in sync, get in sync. Practice the vibration of alignment. Practice being in the vortex. Allow the vortex to tune you up where you have clear view. If you allow the vortex to tune you into alignment with who you are and what you want, you will know so clearly. You'll walk into any space and you'll look right at anything that doesn't match that. You'll know. You'll know, you see. You're tuning yourself into the frequency of your desire. And when you are a vibrational match to the frequency of your desire, anything that is not a match to that will stick out like a sore thumb. And also anything that is not a match to that will begin to leave your experience. So by the time you've left this gathering, if that's really not a match, if it really doesn't have if there's no possibility in a short period of time of you coming into alignment and the universe attracting cooperative components, letting you know that everything you want, which is good value for your money, which is comfort and ease in living there, which is a house that has vibrational and structural integrity, which is a house that has the potential for joyful, rambunctious, happy life experience for a long period of time. If the potential for that house is not there, by the time you've tuned to the fullness of who you are, something will come about that will cause that house to move away while another house comes quickly forward. And we think the thing that is bothering you is it felt like you invested so much time and energy in getting to what you have that you don't want to start the process over again. You would not have to start the process over again because the vortex is already taken care of the process. You'll be a vibrational match to it, so you'll know clearly what house is the house that you're looking for.